Epidemic. I'm in Glasgow at the Flying Duck for our annual Dawnwalker interview. Mark, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm very well. I am #blessed, as they say.
Living your best life.
Yeah. Mainly because I'm in Glasgow to see Dawnwalker, though.
We finally made it.
I know. We spoke to you last December.
Oh yeah, shit, yeah.
And we spoke about possible tours and stuff this year.
Yep.
And it's finally happened.
Yeah.
A nice little run of dates.
Yeah.
At the end of the year.
Yeah. It's like very impossible for us to tour. So like this time we were just like, fuck it, we'll do it ourselves. These are the only dates that everyone can do. We're just fucking doing it no matter what, so let's go.
Yeah. You've obviously done a couple of dates already.
Yep.
How does it feel to get out and actually kind of play the stuff live?
It's great. It's we don't get the chance to do this very often, so we're very appreciative, and we've been in some really cool DIY supportive spaces where everybody's nice and friendly, and we've just been comfortable on stage, and everything's felt good, and we're like, this is how it should be. So far. Yeah. We still have to go back to London, so that could change.
Okay. Fair enough. Obviously you've not done many kind of shows. Have you done any other shows this year apart from this run? Did you do anything earlier in the year?
Don't know. I can't remember when the last show. Yeah, I think we did something earlier this year, or maybe it was end of last year. I can't fucking remember. It was a long time ago.
Right. Okay.
It was at least 6 months ago.
For something like this, is there a lot of kind of prep goes into this to get ready for a tour like this? If you haven't been like playing shows all year, a lot of bands obviously have the luxury of going out for a month tour, and they get that like the first few dates were just shaking off the rust and all that sort of stuff. But you guys are kind of just jumping right into it. How much kind of prep do you have to put into this?
Well, there's a lot in terms of organisational stuff, because we booked the tour ourselves, we're doing it very DIY, so all of that is like 6 months of emails and all the boring shit. Yeah. In terms of actual music prep, we're the kind of band that fly by the seat of our pants, and we don't know who's going to be in the band next week. It's literally like everybody has to turn up ready and know the songs, and we can iron out wrinkles in rehearsals and stuff, but it's pretty much just like practice, okay, go, shows tomorrow.
Okay. So the rehearsals were pretty just recent then?
Yeah, I won't say how few we had, because that might paint us in a bad light, but we're feeling good, everything's working.
That's
so
good.
It's great.
That's good. And the crowd's been pretty good at that?
It's like, we played the first show in Newport,
Alright.
and everyone's like, why the fuck are you going to Newport? No, just play Bristol, dude. It's full of metal people. But there's this really awesome pub venue there called Le Pub, which is like a famous old punk venue, and we're calling it a UK tour, so we wanted to go to Wales. So Newport was a bit quiet on a rainy night with fucking train strikes and all manner of shit going on. Manchester last night was an absolute rager. Nice. So it's been great. Tonight's the third night. I'm hoping for a good one. Yeah,
I've actually never been in here before. Duncan had mentioned he'd been here like a while ago to see a movie and stuff, but it's the first time I've been in here for an actual gig, but it looks pretty cool.
I think they've just like refurbished the whole room and that. It's looking pretty swish, man. Yeah, it looks like brand new and it's massive. So just been listening to the sound checks, everything's sounding fucking sweet. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounding great, so yeah.
Nice. Obviously, just recently you did a kind of partly re-recorded, remastered version of your third album. Third album, is it third album?
Yeah. Close enough.
Human Ruins. What was the kind of reason for putting that out or making the changes?
Well, basically, it was the 5-year anniversary of it in January.
Right, okay.
And we've kind of got better at doing our own vinyl versions and things like that. We were like, let's do a vinyl version. And I was like, if we're going to do vinyl, probably want to get it remastered, because we got it mastered really loud the first time around. And then I was like, well, if we're going to get it remastered, then I might just tweak a couple little things. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll just redo all the vocals. And it was like, well, some extra acoustic would be nice. And then it just like turned into like a fucking 6-month snowball project. And then, it just got blown way out of proportion. But I hope we didn't fucking George Lucas it, and it's still basically the same album. It's just got like a fresh lick of paint.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds really good. And you got Joe Clayton in to remix it.
Yeah.
and then some guy, Brad, Left Boat or something. What was his name again?
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Never heard of him before. Him into
Hi, Brad.
to remaster as well. Was that a kind of no-brainer to get those two guys in?
Yeah, I mean, for now at least, for my last 3, they've been my dudes.
Yeah.
And when Brad doesn't master our stuff, I'm disappointed with how it turns out. So yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's always a toss up of like, you want to try something new, but when you find something that works, it's kind of like a toss up of like, are we doing the same thing again? But he just fucking gets it, and it just saves so much hassle and back and forth. Like, just do it.
So apart from the kind of remaster and the kind of partly re-recording of that album, what else have you been working on this year? Have you been working on new material for Dawnwalkers, or anything you can tell us about that you've been doing?
We've just booked the dates to start recording LP6. You heard it here first. Exclusive.
It makes me so happy right now.
I've been, like, the remaster thing's been rolling on all year, but I've been writing new stuff the whole time as well, and I had a really, like, fruitful period over the summer where I was like, this is the new sound,
right,
we're gonna do it. And then I'm really impatient as well, so I'm a bit like, okay, new album, recording it next month, here's the songs, get learning them, let's go. Everybody's like, oh, for fuck's sake. But I'm really impatient, and I sort of feel like there's like a bit of a lifespan to certain things as well. Like if I wait a year to record it, I'll be like, oh shit, actually let's do something different as well. So I'm like,
you want to start changing songs?
And just like you could essentially like just keep writing new songs and replacing this one and that one, and then it would just completely change the whole fucking album. So like it's like 90% there, and we want to leave some space to go a bit mad in the studio this time. It's going to be different. I can't tell you how, but it's going to be quite different. But then I always say that. So.
Nice. And can you tell us, like, studio-wise, where you're going, or is anyone in mind for producing? And
I have, but
ideas?
Watch this space.
Okay.
Because literally just today I was thinking, I've thought of a better way to do that. So I have some ideas,
right,
but also this time I want to try some stuff. It's kind of like we're going to go really hi-fi with half of it, and then really lo-fi with the other half of it. Okay. So that's my idea. So
that sounds interesting.
I might be talking absolute shit, but that's my plan right now.
Okay. So when you planning to record next year? You got an idea of when you want to record and when you want to release the album?
We're going to start in February, but I don't want to just like go into a studio for however many days and then call it done and push it. Like, we're going to go into a studio, do some basic tracking and stuff, and then just got time and no pressure just to be like, sprinkle the magic on it and stuff. Right. So I'd like to get it out middle end of next year, but also I want it to be right. I want it to be good. So
yeah, absolutely.
It'll be done when it's done.
Do you like kind of pre-record like demos and stuff?
Oh
yeah. So that's already kind of started.
Yeah, and I think I've learned how to do it better over the years. Like, I think I used to be very prescriptive about it and think you have to have everything like nailed down in the demo version and then just go recreate it in the studio. But now it's like you kind of get it into the end zone, but also leave yourself a little bit of flying by the seat of your pants room at the end of it for a bit of, magic to happen in the studio. Like,
So you find there's still stuff you learn from when you're recording each album, then from like House of Sand, you're like, the next time I'm not going to do that, I'm going to try this.
Every single time.
Is there really?
Yeah, every single time. Like, almost every day in the studio, you're just like, there's a way better way to do this thing I've been doing for the last 10 years. And then also, like, because I'm very, like, self-taught, and I'm always, like, the image it should create in your mind is, like, and then the guys in the studio are like, you're like, your pedals set up, like, all wrong. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. So it's literally, like, on a daily basis, I'm just like, okay, I get it now. I'm not very like gear savvy. I know enough to get by, but I need a lot of technicians and help to point me on the right path.
Right, okay. What about kind of touring next year? Is the plan to kind of do many shows next year, or is that still unsure?
it's getting more and more difficult.
Is it?
Yeah, we're all no spring chickens and have life and responsibilities and things. It's getting more and more, and also just the current state of live music in the UK. It's just like people are very risk averse, and they're sort of like, even like small venues are like, unless you're a big name promoter, they're like, don't know guys. So hopefully we would at least like to do like a launch show for the album or something like that. But again, touring is like very difficult for us to do. So
do you guys all live close to each other, or are you all spread out all over the place?
We're generally south east based.
Okay.
A couple of us in London, a few of us in London, and then sort of Brighton, south east all the way. And then we have people like in Manchester and all over that have collaborated with us from time to time, and we put a different lineup together basically every time, and that presents its own problems.
And the album as well, will it be new musicians on the album as well? Wow.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, and there's a couple of people I haven't asked yet that I'm really hoping will come on board. That it's going to add a really nice flavour to it. So hopefully.
Wow. Can't wait. Absolutely can't wait. Final thing. I probably should have prepped you on this before we started recording, but end of the year, we're like now in kind of end of year list mode, so we're creating our list for the website, magazines and stuff. We're starting publishing theirs already. Is there anything this year that you've heard? Do you listen to a lot of kind of new music?
Oh yeah, massively.
Anything that you've heard this year that you've been like really impressed by?
Loads. I really try and like keep my ear to the ground and stay up with what's going on.
Nice.
But I mean, I'm gonna sound biased as fuck, but Healthy Living's album it just blew me away. Like, if I'd never had any contact with them, wasn't touring with them, it would be in my top 5, top 3, easily, no doubt. There's a Welsh singer called Beth Ann Lloyd, whose album I've played to fucking death this year. It's called Metamorphosis. It's like rave tunes, but sort of hippie-ish and sort of weird and a bit metal and a bit pagan. It's fucking awesome. What else? The Return of Carnate.
Oh,
that album.
Yeah. Really good.
Like, no other metal albums come close to me. For me this year. It's just so fucking evil and so good. The way that Doom should be.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was really impressed with that one as well.
Yeah.
So many good releases this year that we've had like a difficult process of putting our albums together this year. Just there's so many to choose from. It's been ridiculous, but Mark, thank you so much for taking a bit of time to chat with us.
Pleasure, mate.
I cannot wait to see this tonight. I've been waiting patiently for it. And I'm now even more excited that there's something coming next year as well.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for your constant support. It's always appreciated.
Absolutely. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Cheers, man.